Yo everyone, Skeptic here. Today, it's time. It is finally time. Today is July 2nd, 2022. And the Digimon Survive live stream, which will feature the director of Digimon Survive, answering some fan-submitted questions. The live stream is about an hour long, so I'm excited to see what questions they picked out and chose to answer. And I'm really excited to see more Digimon Survive and get more information and talk about a lot of the things that they're gonna present in the live stream. Right now, I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for the live stream to start. So I'm gonna cut the video here and I'll be back once the live stream starts. All right, everyone, we're almost here. 15 seconds until the live stream starts. I'm pretty damn excited to see just what they're gonna present. I already said it in the intro, but I'm so excited. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh no. I hear no sound. This is a little bit awkward. Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay.
From our viewers, so any questions you have, please type them in on Twitch with hashtag AskHabumon, AskHabumon, for a chance to have
let me turn up the sound actually. Hold on one second.
Later on in the stream. So let's get started. Please welcome Habu-san, the producer for Digimon. それではHabu-sanからのご挨拶を。
皆さんこんにちは。バンダイナムコエンターテインメントでデジモンゲームのプロデュースを担当してます。バンダイナムコエンターテインメントのハブです。よろしくお願いいたします。
Hi, I'm Habu from Bandai Namco Entertainment, and I'm in charge of producing Digimon games. I'm here today to talk about Digimon Survive and why I'm so excited about it.
All right, Habu-san, thank you so much for attending today. So we received.
Who is that guy dancing in the background?
When we did our Q&A call out a couple weeks ago. To everyone who submitted questions, thank you so much. It's so great to see so much love from the fan community for Digimon. That said, since our time is limited today, we aren't able to answer all of your questions, so we selected a few questions for this live stream that came up the most often. Now let's get started. So before we start our Q&A, let's check out our new gameplay trailer that debuted just yesterday.
Oh, okay, I actually did not watch this.
Welcome to Digimon Survive. A world surrounded with mysteries and monsters. Divided into areas and locations, the world map will help you explore your surroundings. Scanning glitches can lead to clues or even yield useful items. In conversations, there's no going back on your word, so choose wisely. Your choices can affect karma, affinity, and digivolutions. Talking with friends in battle can yield a variety of effects with their encouragement. But don't stop there. Conversing with the enemy can also prove useful.
Whoa.
Answer correctly, and you could find yourself a new friend.
You can converse with the enemy?
Keep a special eye out for equipment and training items. These powerful items can help turn the tides of battle. Utilize your positional awareness to dish out the maximum damage. And when the going gets tough, there's an arsenal of tools to help ease the damage. But there's more than one way to prevail. Digivolve.
Evolution. Oh my god. I gotta look at that trailer again.
Digimon Survive, this July 29th, 2022.
That is so cool.
Digimon Survive looks a lot different from previous Digimon games, so let's start with asking some questions about the game's concept. So we've been asked a lot from the fans, Habu-san, how you decided to work on this project. Like, what were some inspirations while this game was being developed? Things that might have inspired the setting or the characters or style of gameplay.
デジモンサバイブの着手にあたって経緯に関する質問がめちゃ多かったんですけど、
はい
そういったところコンセプトの、決めについてご回答いただければ嬉しいです。
はい。本作の、着想のきっかけというのは大きく分けて2つあります。1つ目は、サイバースルースやハッカーズメモリーでデジモンとしての、物語を、描く中で、人々の中でどのようにデジモンが浸透していったのかという、認識の変化というところを、2つの作品では、描かせていただきました。
Bro, he's dancing
まあ
again.
デジタルの、存在であると思っていた、デジモンが実は異世界の住人であり、生命体であったことで、ただのプログラムではなく、実在する理解し得る存在として、物語のキャラクターたちの認識というのは、変わってきます。これはまあデジモンの、根本の設定であって、デジモンの物語を描く中で
dancing
欠かせない
again. What the
テーマである
hell?
というふうに、私自身考えています。その上で、デジモンはなぜ人間にとってデジタルな存在と認識されるようになったのか、また、人々はなぜデジモンをデジタルな存在として、認識するように至ったのかというところを、本作では、ちょっと別の切り口でちょっと描いてみたいなと、そういった、人々のとデジモンの出会いというものを違う一つの、きっかけとして描いていくというところが、一つの、テーマとして描かせていただいてますと。でもう一つは、また着想の、きっかけとしてアニメなどで描かれている、人間の、心の表れっていうところがデジモンの進化に影響を与えているという設定を、ゲームの体験にちょっと落とし込みたいっていうところの思いから、着手させていただいてます。デジモンと人間の絆は、作品の主題としてよくデジモンでは描かれることが非常に多いんですけれども、ゲームのシステムですとどうしてもデジモンの進化ってパラメータを上げたりだとか、レベルを上げたりといったところの数値で決定することが多いんですけども、その部分をもう少しそのエモーショナルな部分の情報として落とし込むという形で、それを物語の選択の積み重ねが進化に影響を与えるというシステムで実行できるのではないかというふうなアイディアから、テキストアドベンチャーという物語を主軸にしながら、その中での選択肢によってドラマの変化と、デジモンの進化の変化というところでの、アイデアを組み合わせて、ちょっと新しいゲームを作ってみようというところから、着想がスタートしています。
So this new game was developed based on two concepts I had in mind that I want to put into reality. One of them is that it goes back to the definition of what Digimon is. According to for the Digimon fans in the community, different people have different understanding of what Digimon is actually, what the concept is, what the definition is. But here for me, through the past titles such as Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth, and Hacker's Memory. All these, when I designed those games, I focus on the story that that explains why Digimon become such an important existence in the human society, and they are not just digital data in the digital world. They're actually some kind of a spiritual being that has always been with us in this world. So actually, the Digimons because they are these beings with their own thoughts. We are able to interact with them and eventually become good friends with each other. So I want the fans from the Digimon community to be able to understand that, and these Digimons they exist around us. They're not just programs. The other thing that I wanted to be able to have the fans enjoying this game is that in the past, in the anime, the setting was that Digimon is the reflection of the human partners, and because of that, they have very similar parts with each other, and the evolution of these Digimons really depend on how the human partners think of them, how the human partners react to everything that's been going on, and this is what Habu-san wants to reflect in the game as well. So in Digimon Digimon Survive, comparing to the past games that when the past Digimon RPG games, instead of leveling up the Digimons and have them digivolve according to the RPG elements, here in Digimon Survive, he wanted to put more emphasis on the interaction between the human partners and the Digimons during the story, according to different choices, and the Digimons will evolve into different routes, and which is super new from the past games.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you, Habu-san.
really
We also
interesting.
received some more questions about the game's concept. Let's see. First off, what's it like taking a well-known series like Digimon, which originated from the digital age, and giving them more of a supernatural interpretation from their origins in Survive? Was there anything in particular that you knew that you wanted to do in the series that you couldn't before, because this version of Digimon has those different elements?
デジモンは超常現象の要素を取り入れたことで、今までできなかったことをできるようになったこと、何かありますでしょうか？
そうですね、今回、デジモンサバイブの、世界観に関して、特殊な、今までないような、設定にちょっと感じられる方も、多くいらっしゃるとは思うんですけども、デジモンをスピリチュアルな存在として扱っているのは、決してそのデジモンサバイブオリジナルのものではなくて、もともといろんな作品で、そのような、表現というところは多く、あったかなというふうに私個人的には思っていたりします。もともと今回の着想というところも、デジモンアドベンチャーのシリーズディレクターを担当されていた角堂監督からお伺いした、もともとアニメを制作する上で、デジモンのコンピュータープログラムの枠を超えた、能力っていうところの解釈として、あくまでも人間が、デジタルガジェットを通じて、観察することによってデジモンというものはデジタルモンスターと解釈されているのであって、時代時代でさまざまな、形でその、人類とは、デジモンというのは昔から、接触してきたと、その上で、その、より特殊な能力っていうものを、理解するにあたってその時代時代の解釈っていうところで、人々は理解しているというところが、ベースとなっていて、その上で、デジモンの力の表現っていうところは、そういった、デジタルの枠を超えた、スピリチュアルな表現も含めて、成立してるんですよというところを、お伺いして、今まで結構そのデジモンって特殊なすごく能力を持ってるんですけど、それってやっぱデジタルだけではなかなか解釈できないところを、そういったお話を聞いて、世界観をより広げる、デジモンの世界観をより広げる表現になるのではないかというところで、今回は、有限的な扱いとして、作品中では描かせてはいただいています。
So when I designed Digimon Survive, I actually had to talk with the director of the anime series Digimon Adventure, Mr. Kakudo. I believe that when designing this game, I have been inspired by him for a lot of parts. When I talked to him about what Digimon is, what's the definition of Digimon, Mr. Kakudo told me that he believes that Digimons are not really just data on the internet. They're not just AI. They are more of a spiritual kind of existence that actually exist around us from a very ancient age. It's just because people at this era encounter the Digimons through the digital device that people are calling these monsters as Digimon. If we have encountered them in the past, there has been must have been some other kind of naming that existed before Digimon. That really inspired me to have this kind of spiritual design for the Digimons, as well as the whole game setting of Digimon Survive. I believe that I also believe that Digimon are not only data. They're not just AI, and they are much more than that. And they have been around us for a long time. So I decided to make a fantasy kind of story around Digimon, and to write about the stories that Digimons actually exist before the digital age, and that's what you see in Digimon Survive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. So we also heard from lots of fans that they waited a long time since the game was first revealed until now. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes.
発売までは数回の延期があったと
The game has
と思うん
been
ですけ
like
ど、それに
delayed.
関し
We
て
thought it was canceled. There was
何
barely
かチャレンジがあ
any
ったかにつ
news
いて
surrounding Digimon Survive
書
for
い
a
ておいていただ
while.
ければ嬉しいです。
今回、開発会社の変更に伴い、当初の企画内容を担保
And I
す
want
べ
to
く、
preface this.
新たな開
I'm
発
gonna
会社に切り替え
comment
て、
on
ほぼ
most of the
最
topics
初から
here
作り
after
直
the
しという
whole
と
thing
こ
is
ろが発生
done.
したため、当初の
So you can
2倍
kind
の
of
開
hear
発期間がかかってしまう
Habu
ことに
like
なってしまいました。
uninterrupted.
自分としてはちょっとインディー
And
ズ
it's
的
better
な
for me
少
to
し
actually
小さめ
like
なプロジェクトと
break
して、
down every
短期間で
question
完成
that
する
they
少
talked
人数
about
で
and every
完成する
answer
ことを
that way.
目指していた
So
の
it's a
で、
lot easier.
そういった意味
So
で
that's
少
why
人
I'm
数での
trying
開
to
発という
just
ところも踏まえて、
listen
非常にそ
carefully,
の時間がかかってしまったというところで、
understand the
お待ちいただいたファ
questions,
ンの
understand the
皆様には
answers, and
大変
then
お待たせしました
I'll
ことを、
review
深く
from there.
申し上げますと、非常に申し訳ございませんと思ってます。新たな開発会社とともに最後まで当初のビジョンというところを作りきれて皆様にお届けできるということは非常に嬉しく思ってます。本作は結果としてお届けまで時間がかかってしまってますけども、何かこう変わったというよりもしっかり当初のコンセプトを突き詰めてそれに目指したものをしっかり完成まで持っていくということを徹底させていただきましたと。テキストボリュームとかに関しては実際そのよりもともとの当社のものよりも状況説明や設定というところの説明にちょっとよりボリュームを増やしたことによってちょっとボリュームなどは増えているかなというふうには思ってます。
So first of all, I have to say thank you for all the fans for waiting for us, and sorry for keeping you waiting for this long time. The reason behind that is that I started this project as a challenge project and started small. I was more thinking about an indie size of a game and focusing on to give the core fans of Digimon community more of a very different experience from all the past games. However, because the project starts small and it was developed by a very small team, we faced a lot of challenges doing that, and as a result, we spent double the time that we planned at the start, and which resulted in today that we just finished the game and will be able to release by the end of this month. However, I would say that because of the change and we have changed to a different developer for finishing this game, we were able to brush up the game much more than what we have previously thought about, and the volume of the game is much more in detailed, so you understand each different detailed part of this world, and believe you'll be able to enjoy this game as much as I want you to do.
Wow.
Thank you. So, were there significant changes made to the game mechanics when the team was changed during the?
They
making of
changed.
Survive?
That makes a lot of sense. Why it was like
開
so
発チームが変わ
delayed.
ったことによってゲームの仕組みに大きな変化があったでしょうか。
今お答えさせていただいた通り、基本的に、大きなボリュームの変化っていうところは、当初のコンセプトをしっかり守って作るということを徹底しましたので、何か大きな変化というところはないんですけども、ボリュームテキストに関しては結構ボリュームが多くなったかなというふうに思ってます。
As I answered in the previous question, basically, I believe that we have been able to complete the overall quality of the project according to the original plan. And as I said before, the volume is really increased from the original plan. So hopefully, hope you will enjoy the game as much as I want you to.
So, what is your favorite thing about Digimon Survive, and what was the hardest part about making it?
デジモンサバイブを作った時に一番好きなところと一番苦労したところを教えてほしいです。
そうですね、自分自身そのデジモンの進化のフラグを、ゲーム時の選択肢、行動の選択に持ってきたことは面白いアイデアだと思っていますが、その反面今までの育成ゲームのように、進化の分岐だとか登場キャラクターとかのリパートリーを持たすことが、結構難しいところで非常に、苦労しましたと。またもし、機会があればもっとこのシステムに関しては、制作する途中でいろいろアイデアがいくつかいろいろ浮かんでいたので、そういったところをもし今後新しいこのシステムをもうちょっとより突き詰めた形で何かに入れられればいいかなというふうにはちょっと思っていたりはしますと。
Okay, I believe my favorite thing and the hardest part of making Digimon Survive is actually one thing. The biggest feature that I wanted to implement in this game is that in previous RPG games, the Digimons evolve according to their leveling and the other RPG elements. However, in Digimon Survive, I want the Digivolution to be really linked to the choices that the players make in the visual novel
Ooh.
part, and that's actually very hard to do so, especially considering that I wanted to include as many Digimons as possible into the game. Linking every route of the Digivolution or the other Digimons into the choices is actually super hard to do so. So for Digimon Survive, currently we're able to include a certain amount of Digimons into this game, but actually I've come up with a few ideas that I was not able to implement into Digimon Survive. If I have the chance to make another visual novel tactical battle kind of game, I would definitely want to implement those ideas in there as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering all of those game concept questions. It's really cool how much we're learning about Digimon Survive on this stream, right, guys? So
is.
next, we received a lot of questions regarding the game system. So while we watch some
Yes,
gameplay footage,
the systems.
Habu-san is going to tell us about it, and I'm sure many of you are very excited to see even more from the game.
It-
ハブさん、ちょっと解説いただければ嬉しいです。
ですね、まあ多分皆さん
If you guys hear the buzzing noise, I also hear it too. I don't know why.
ゲームの情報は、知っていただいていると思うので、なるべくちょっとかいつまんでご説明させていただければと思うんですけども、本作はまあ
Yeah, I don't know what the buzzing noise is. I think it's on the stream,
世界に
but
迷い込んでしまうところから、
oh, okay, here we go.
始まりますと。で突然、放り込まれた危険と取り合わせの過酷な状況下の中で、恐怖と猜疑心に苛まれながらも、異世界で出会ったモンスターと絆を育みながら、少年少女たちは生き残る道を、探していく、テキストアドベンチャーという形になっています。
Okay, so I think a lot of you have already know the basic setting of the story from previous information that we have released. But just to give you everything in a nutshell, it's basically a group of teenagers who came for a summer camp, but they got involved into a certain accident, and that they were transferred into a parallel world where they are meeting the monsters, well, as we know, Digimon. For the first time, and they didn't know what the monsters are and what they would do to them, and they are facing a lot of danger, being assaulted by a few Digimons, and then because of that, there are a lot of drama happening among the human characters themselves, as well as the human character with the monsters that they are facing, and they're bonding with each other during this whole journey, and eventually they'll make their way out and survive this cruel situation.
またテキストアドベンチャーパートでは、仲間たちとの会話や、いろんな場所を調べることで物語が進行する流れとなっています。会話や調査の途中で選択肢が出現することもあり、選択肢で選んだ行動の積み重ねで、デジモンのパートナーであるアグモの進化先が変化し、そして物語自体も、物語の展開も変わってきます。本作の大きな特徴としては、そういうところです。
So one of the big features is that it is all about the choices that you can make during the visual novel part. During the visual novel part, you face the choices when you talk to the other characters, when you explore the world, or even when you are actually doing the battles inside. So all these different choices have the effect to have the influence on the story itself, how it goes, how it will end, as well as the digivolution of your partner Digimons. For example, Agumon will be able to digivolve into different forms according to the choices you make, and please look forward to that.
じゃあ映像の方をバトルの方に変えていただいてよろしいでしょうか。
Oh, okay. Can we move the B-roll to the part that shows the battle exactly? Are we able to do that? I would say around 7 minutes, I think. 今ちょっと調整していただきます。
まあ今
Oh,
映っているよう
fast forward,
に、
baby.
デジタルカメラを通じて、世界を観察することによって肉眼では見えないものが、見えたりだとか、あとキャラクターと会話して、さまざまに、コミュニケーションを取ることによって、ゲームが、アドベンチャーパートは進行しています。
As you can see in the bureau, you'll be able to control the spirit camera, and you see things that you don't see in the real world, and including the monsters in there. And you'll also be able to select different characters and talk to them and have their event happening, and you see the choices with these characters, which affects the affiliation between them as well as the karma. Can we fast forward a little bit as well? Yeah, fast forward. Two more minutes, I think. 2 more minutes, please.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
はい、バトルはタクティクスバトルで、進行する形になっています。バトル開始時に戦闘に参加できるユニットを選択した上で、単性で、ユニットの、素早さに準じた形で、コード順が決まって、自分のユニットのコード順になったら、コマンドを選択してという形の、オーソドックスな、タクティクスバトルになっています。
So the battle system, as you can see here, it's very it's a traditional, authentic tactical battle, and at your turn you'll be able to select the character on your team, and you'll be able to select different moves on there. If you want to attack, select attack, and then you'll be able to have different skills that are equipped to your Digimon partner. Everything is just as how you understand a tactical battle.
あとモンスターは、SP を消費して、技を放ったり、ユニットを進化させることができ、ユニットの進化させることによってユニットの性能は大幅に強化されることによって、強くなるんですけども、進化している間は、継続的に SP が消費したりとかしますと。で進化はSP を解き放つことによって進化を、解き放つことによって、ターンごとに SP が回復していくんですけども、SP がなくなってしまうと、戦闘を有利に進められなくなりますので、一部、パートナーとの会話だったりだとか、戦闘中アイテムを使用することによって、SP をどうマネジメントしていくのかっていうところが、本作の、タクティクスバトルの肝となっています。
One of the most important part of the battle play part is that you need to have good control of your SP of the Digimons. With SP, you'll be able to use the strong skills of the Digimon as well as have them digivolve into their bigger form. Without SP, you will not be able to take advantage of the skills or the digivolve. So please make sure that you manage the SPs wisely. And there are different ways to recover SP in the game. One of them is to talk to your Digimon on the battlefield. So please utilize that fully.
ゲームの概要の説明は以上となります。
This is what I wanted to tell you about the game part. Other than that, please make sure to explore everything within the game.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing all that information with us, Habu-san. The game looks really unique compared to previous Digimon games. I personally really love tactical battles and visual novels, so I'm very excited.
True.
So we
I
can move on
also
to some community
enjoy
questions,
both.
or rather covering a bunch of community questions we got about the game system, such as about the different routes of the story, the different ways the Digimon can evolve, how many endings, and things like that. If you could please tell us about it.
ルート分岐とかデジモンの進化について、もう少し詳しく教えてください。
Yeah, I do wonder how many
ルート分
endings
岐に
are
関して説
present
明
in the
させていただ
game.
きます。エンディングは通常ルートが3つあるのと、裏ルートの計4つ、存在していますと。本作では、全12章で構成されていまして、8章までが大枠で同じストーリーラインに沿って展開し、9章以降でその今までのその選択肢の積み重ねによって大きくルートが変化する形になっています。でまた、裏ルートに関しては、2周目以降、でないと入れない、裏ルートとなっていまして、裏ルートは全13章の作りになっています。また1周目は必ず死ぬキャラクターが存在します。その上で、 選択肢によって、死ぬキャラクターっていうのも存在します。で2周目本当に全員が生き残るルートっていうのは、実は2周目の、裏ルート、であれば、全員生き残るというような、ルートが、存在しています。そういった中、じゃあまずそこまででお願いします。
Okay, so first of all, I want to talk to you about the ending. Regarding the ending, we actually have four different routes, but you can consider 3 of them to be the standard routes and 1 of them to be the hidden one. So the game, the story is composed with 12 different chapters. The first 8 ones are basically the same for the 4 different routes. The difference will become mostly comes from after the chapter 9, and according to your choices, the routes will greatly change. So please be careful with that. Also, regarding the hidden route, basically it's only accessible when you play the second run of the game. When you are playing the game for the first time, you'll only be able to access the standard routes, the 3 standard routes. If we count the hidden route altogether, there are actually 13 chapters, but please consider chapter 13 to be only accessible when you play the game, finish the game once. And also, for the first round of the game, some characters not all of the characters will be able to survive, and please be careful about that. But in the hidden route, if you're able to make the right choices, you'll be able to make everyone survive. So please look forward to that.
はい、あともう一つ、そのデジモンの進化に、関してですけども、パートナーのアグモンは、成熟期以降3つの、ルートに分岐していきます。これはシナリオのルートと必ずしも一致するかどうかは分からないんですけれども、3つのルートに分岐していくような形ですと。でその他仲間のキャラクターに関しては、基本、1ルートになっていますけれども、シナリオの展開次第で、救急隊などが変化する、物語の展開に合わせて変化する場合というところも、あります。また、野生のフリーモンスターも、
What is that?
仲間にすることが一応できるんですけども、野生の、フリーモンスターに関しては基本、レベルアップでステータスが上昇し強くなっていくんですけども、人間のパートナーデジモンが
For the buzzing, I'm gonna turn down
比べてステータスは若干、
the
低くなりますが、
the live stream audio so you guys don't get washed by the audio.
バトルに参加できるので、フィールドバトル中に進化させるといった手間だとか、元に戻ってしまうというようなそういったデメリットっていうと逆に、フリーモンスターっていうのは、相談しないですと、存在しないです。フリーモンスターは、を進化させる場合は探索中やバトルの報酬で手に入る進化アイテムっていうところで、進化させるかより強いデジモンを、バトルで仲間にするかという、形の選択になってきます。
Okay, so let's talk about Digivolution and the Digimons. I have to explain to you in different ways because the different Digimons will have different development for their Digivolution. For example, for Agumon, Agumon will have 3 different routes after you raise Agumon to his adulthood, and basically you can consider that each of the route to be very different. However, for the Digimon partners of the other human partners, all of them will basically have only 1 route, but some of them will be able to digivolve into their ultimate form when according to the story route that you're taking. When we talk about the free monsters that you will be able to recruit on the field, basically those are not going to have different digivolve routes, and they will basically their status will be increased when you level them up. However, when you compare those to the Digimons that have human partners, basically these free monsters, you don't have to digivolve them every time when you take them into battle. So there are more safe options that you can have when you are facing a lot of hard battles. The other thing that I want to mention about free monsters is that you don't have to gets a certain item for the Digivolution during the exploration or the battle for evolving Digivolving these free monsters. So that's also one of the benefits. Actually, before we move on to the next question, we received a comment from the chat box. So user EMEKASAN said, "Oh wow, so death is guaranteed the first time around. That's crazy. I really thought that we could save everyone." というのは、ハブさん、ちょっとユーザーからコメントあったんですけれども、
はい、
やっぱり1周目に関しては誰かが死ななきゃいけないんですが、絶対全員を救いたいという気持ちがあるんですけれども、やっぱりそれは裏ルートをちゃんと遊んでいただくように2周目とかもちゃんと遊んでいただくことが必要ですよね。
申し訳ないですけども、1周目は死んでしまいます。だから結構そのテストプレイとかした時もこいつをすごく嫌なやつがいたとして、なんかそいつを生き残るために本来本心ではない選択をすることでじゃないとダメなのかというところも疑問に思うかもしれないですけども、そこは基本もう自分の本心に従って、行動してください。やっぱどうしても1周目は死んでしまうキャラクターもいるので、そこは前提として、遊んでいただけると嬉しく思います。
Yes, I know your feeling. I know you want to save everyone. One thing I want to mention here is that for the first run, there are some characters who will do something you might not like,
Oh,
and you have
no.
this negative feeling about this character.
Is someone gonna die, bro?
And so, but basically, I know everyone wants to have this option to be able to save everyone. So I would say, please just follow your heart. You don't have to feel like you have to select some choices that you don't want to in order to save this character. As long as you follow your heart and do what you think is correct, in the second run, you'll be able to have the chance to save these characters. Look forward to that. Thank you for the comment. Okay, I'll give it back to Samantha.
All right. So thank you for that. That sounds pretty intense, and I'm looking forward to it.
That is definitely intense.
So some questions about the world setting came in that we'd want to know, so such as like how two characters obtain their Digimon partners, and what your sorry, I think pretty much that. Anything else that you have to say about the world setting? We'd love to hear about it.
はい、世界観について、他に何か話したいことありますか？次の質問に移しましょうか。
じゃあ軽く、今回そのデジモンのまず設定って、これはあくまでも僕の考えではあるんですけども、大きく分けると液晶玩具の設定と、アニメなどで作られてきた設定という大きく分けると2種類の設定があるかなというふうに思ってます。玩具の方はどちらかというと必ずしもデジモンと人間の関係性って1対1の対ではない、ものなのかなという意味で、本作はどちらかというとアニメのような1対1のパートナーシップっていうところを、人間とデジモンの関係性、魂の片割れの存在として、一応描かせていただいています。だからこそ人間の心の流れがデジモンの進化に影響を与えるよというような、テーマで、パートナーの人間の本質がデジモンの性格に現れる形で描いています。ただ本作必ずしも、ちゃんと自分の心と、では自分自身が本当に好きになれる人って実際少ないと思うんですよね。そういった中でその危険な状況下の、非常に緊迫した中ではその自身と向き合えずに、心が折れてしまう、人たちっていうところもいて、そういった人たちが、取り返しのつかない結末を迎えてしまうっていうところが、本作は今までのちょっとそのヒーローを描いていたアニメ作品とはまたちょっと違う、作品なのかなというふうには思っています。
One thing I do want to mention to you guys is that I've mentioned a little bit before, but for the concept of the game, I really believe that the Digimons are the spiritual beings that are really existing around us. They're not just data on the digital world. They're not just an AI that doesn't exist. I know a lot of the fans who become a Digimon fan starting from the Digidevice of the big brick toy. In that one, the setting was that the Digimons are AIs. They exist in the digital world, not the real world. I would like to everyone who are playing Digimon Survive to understand that in this world setting, Digimons are real. They're alive. And so please treat them as a live being. And because of that, I also set the world setting to be the Digimons to be the reflection of the mind, the heart of their human partners. Basically, they're one. The Digimons is just the second copy of the human partner. And what I want to tell everyone here is that human beings don't always love themselves. They don't always make the right choices. In the anime series, Taichi and all the other Digimon, the characters that basically the heroes who are always doing positive things, they'll have difficulties, but they will always make the right choice. However, in Digimon Survive, I want everyone to know that in the real world, when we encounter Digimons as an unknown monster for the first time, some people will not make the right choice, and it's okay not to make the right choice because we're all human beings. And here, please find it to be more of a real story than the anime series.
So it's more of a realistic
Okay.
approach
Well,
in a
everybody
way.
already treats their Digimon wonderfully,
Like
right?
realistic
Before,
in
even
a
now,
more
now.
human mindset,
So
I
we have
guess.
some questions regarding the future plans for Digimon Survive, such as, are there any plans for DLC, like more Digimon being added? And if it's successful, would you consider making similar games in the future, if not a full-on sequel?
本作は DLC の予定がありますか？それとも成功すれば続編もある予定がありますか？
そうですね、今回 DLC プランは今のところ予定はないですと、デジモンサバイブがもし成功すれば、また、新しいチャレンジとして、今回作る過程の中でいろいろもっとこうしたいっていうアイデアがたくさん生まれてはいるので、そういった形のものをより良くした形で、より進化させたものっていうコンテンツが作れればなというふうには思っています。
I need to tell you that Digimon Survive, it's a complete game, so we'll not be able to provide any other DLCs. However, I do have a lot of ideas that I was not able to implement into Digimon Survive. So if I have the chance to make a second game, I definitely want to try out those ideas as well.
Right, that sounds great. Everyone's going to play and enjoy Digimon Survive, right? So that we get more of the same?
Yeah.
So, more questions about the Digimon appearing in Survive. People were asking questions about lesser utilized Digimon, such as Floramon, and how much they've enjoyed seeing, the Digimon they don't see as often. Can you answer some questions about how you decided to include certain Digimon or exclude certain Digimon this time?
登場、デジモンについて質問あるんですけど、特に主人公チームではシャコモンとかフローラモンとか普段あまり活用されているデジモンが登場しているんですけど、選択するときにどういった経緯がありましたでしょうか？
これ最後まで新しいデジモンの話までしちゃっても大丈夫ですか？仲間のパートナーモンスターに関しては、デジモンアドベンチャーの雰囲気を踏襲しながらも、今まで目立なかった、活躍がそこまでしていなかったデジモンに関して、スポットを当てさせていただいています。物語の展開によっては、進化先が変化する、パートナーデジモンもいますので、彼らがどのような進化をするかというところもぜひ、注目いただければなというふうに思っています。また今回ちょっと育成ゲームではないので、モンスターは少なめになっていますが、物語で必要な、キャラクターというところを結構まず優先的に、チョイスしながら、その世界観に合った、キャラクターというところを、今回は、チョイスさせていただいているっていうところかなと。でよく多くの質問でいただいている新しい今回、デジモンが登場するかっていうところは少しちょっとネタバレにもなってしまうので、はっきりは言えないんですけども、ぜひ、遊んで、確かめていただければなというふうに思っています。
Okay, so about the Digimons who are appealing in Digimon Survive, I did put a lot of reference in Digimon Adventure, where Digimons have their human partners and the human partners have their Digimons as their partners. Here in Digimon Survive, I wanted to give the spotlight to a lot of the Digimons who are not as famous as the others, and also I would want everyone to understand that in Digimon Survive, the Digivolution routes, the ultimate forms of the Digimons also are pretty exciting. So please look forward to these new developments. And if I say more, it will become a spoiler alert. So I don't want to do that. Please make sure that you enjoy the game. Okay, actually, we received another comment from a user. Oh my God, this game is gonna go down some dark places. 本作に関しては本当に
That's
ダークな
literally
とこ
what
ろ
I
まで
said.
行く感じがしますね。というところに関してなんかコメントありますでしょうか。
まあでも皆さん大人なので全然大丈夫だと思いますと。はい。
So I designed this game for more of a older audience. At least all I think the adults will be able to enjoy this game
Yes.
as much as I want to.
Thank you.
多分そこまでそのホラー的な要素というところはないかなというふうには思ってはいます。
A lot of people think about this game as a horror game. I didn't really design the game to be a horror game, so it's gonna have a dark theme, but it's not a horror game. Don't consider it to be a horror game, but you'll be able to see a lot of human drama in there.
It's called Digimon Survive.
Yeah, survive.
So
True,
survive.
true.
Believe in you.
We gotta survive.
So yes, let's dig a little more into some questions about Digimon Survive specifically. So is this game more RPG or visual novel?
このゲームは RPG とビジュアルノベルどっちでしょうか。
I would say visual novel,
基
right?
本的に、ビジュアルノベルが主軸となっていて、まあタクティクスバトルが3割、ビジュアルノベルが7割というような形のボリュームになっています。
This game, it's basically a visual novel. It's gonna have 70% of part to be visual novel, and 30% of it to be the tactical battle.
I am perfectly okay with that because
So
I
are the
am a big fan of
endings,
visual
does it require
novels.
intentionally poor decision making to get one of the bad endings, or do all the endings sort of have an equal weight in decision making?
エンディングを達成するためには意図的に悪い判断をする必要
Oh,
があ
that's
り
a
ますで
really
しょう
good question,
先
actually.
ほどもちょっと述べましたが、特に、明らかに悪いような選択肢をしなくても、全然大丈夫です。皆さんの多分思った通りの行動をしていただければ大丈夫かなというふうに思っています。
As I said a little bit before, you don't have to make the wrong choices that you think they're wrong. As long as you follow your heart, you should be able to see all of the endings.
Okay, so when replaying Digimon Survive after completing it, will there be a feature to skip dialogue so that we can go faster through our extra runs of the game?
クリアして再プレイする際にスキップ機能はありますでしょうか。
そうですね、テキストの早送り機能は存在しますので、2周目以降遊ぶ際とかは、素早くシナリオを進めたい方は、早送り機能で、テキストを早送りしていただければなというふうに思ってます。
Yes, there's the feature, so you'll be able to skip the dialogues or play them faster.
Nice.
Actually, we're running out of time, so one more question in this section, I guess.
Okay. Let's see. Can we change the difficulty of the battles in the game?
難易度は変更できますでしょうか。
そうですね、難易度に関してはバトルの難易度を変えることができます。物語を中心に楽しむゲームですので、バトルが難しい場合は、デメリットとはないので、バトルの難易度を調整していただければなというふうに思っています。
Yes, you'll be able to change the difficulty, and there's no penalty for changing the difficulty. You will receive the same rewards.
Nice.
すいません、ちょっとこのパートはもう時間ないので次にさせていただければと思います。
はい。
Been talking too much about Digimon.
イエーイ。
なんかこれからもうちょい面白そうな質問があったんです。よりマニアックな質問があったので、あれですけど、いいや、はい、すみません。
Sorry, we actually had a lot of interesting questions, but because of time, I have to skip it.
So, do we want to talk a little bit about other Digimon games? Do we want to take
let's
some
do
of
that.
the? Okay.
Wait,
let's
other
see.
Digimon games?
So we talked a lot about Digimon Survive, but how about other Digimon games? such as what's going on for Digimon Story?
サバイブ以外のディジモンに関しても質問がありますが、例えば、デジモンストーリーの新作は何か情報ありますか？
そうですね、もろもろ、まあ、デジモンストーリーの新作だったりだとか、まあ、過去作の移植とか、また新しいゲームジャンルなど検討しないかなどのご質問は、いただいてます。デジモンストーリーの開発自体はサバイブと並行して、進行しています。まあ、ちょっと僕がサバイブにカロリーを取られてしまったので、少しちょっと開発が遅れてしまっている部分はあるんですけども、しっかり、進行させてはいただいています。また、そういった状況下の中、まあ、ちゃんとデジモンのコンテンツを、増やしていきたいという思いは、強くあるので、まあ、会社からもやっぱそういう、ビジョンを持っているので、会社としても、今、デジモンの、まあチームの人数を増やして、まあ、大きいもの、小さいものから大きなものまで、皆様が喜んでいただけるようなプロジェクトっていうところは、いくつか企画を検討していますので、また、きっと皆さんが、喜んでいただけるような情報っていうのを、またどこかで、発表できるかなというふうには思っています。
Yes, we have several projects in the pipeline, and the company is really having big vision for expanding Digimon content, and we have recruited a few more people in the Digimon team. So all different projects are in the pipeline. They're in the process of making it. Sorry about because I was really focusing on Digimon Survive. I was not able to give you any real information about the next Digimon story, but please look forward to it.
Ooh, let's go! Yes!
Do you want to do a few more of these?
More
Yeah,
Digimon
more
games.
yes.
I'm
Yeah,
so
let's
down for it.
Let's see. I'll look up at our list of questions, see what would be really good to ask about. So, what Digimon have you been meaning to put in a game but haven't found a good opportunity to do so?
ゲームに出したいと思ってるんですが、まだその機会がないというデジモンはありますか？
そうですね、ユーザーからよくそういう、まあ、例えばもちろん僕が出したいのもそうですけども、例えば10有志だったり30志だとかクラックチームとか、そこら辺の、グループまだ出さないのかとか、オリポス12志もそうですけども、そういった質問はよくいただいています。前にもお話ししていますが、オリンポス12志に関しては次回作のデジモンストーリーで、扱っていきたく思っていますけれども、その他にも、30誌とかっていうところも、またいろんなゲームで登場させていきたいなというふうに思っています。また要望の多い X 交代デジモンもまたどこかで、ちゃんと活躍の機会、を設けた上で扱っていけないかなというふうには、思っています。もろもろちゃんと皆様が出してほしいよっていうところのキャラクターは、一気にではないですけども、しっかりと、作品を積み重ねることで出していきたいなというふうに思っています。
Yeah, I'm really listening to all of your comments. I do want to reflect your request in the games, but according to each of the game, there's some limitations to it. But please have faith in me. I'll try to implement all the popular Digimons that you have requested into the next game. So things Digimons like the 10 Warriors, the 3 Musketeers, or the Crack Team, I do have plan to put them into the next Digimon games. Please look forward to it. I think we did have some questions
From the
live chat. Yeah.
Did we get some of the live chat questions?
Yeah. What's your favorite Digimon? ハブさん、一番好きなデジモンはどれでしょうか？
僕、
そうです。ハブさんです。
昔はデビモンレディデビモンと答えてたんですけど、昨日ちょっと同じファンから聞かれて今ちょっと変わったんだって話をして、ベルゼブモンとベルスターモンって言ってたんで、どっちかではベルスターモンの方にします。はい。
So Habsong actually has answered the same question to some fans yesterday during the autograph session. Now he has changed his mind to Bellstar Mon. Yeah, that's his favorite.
But
Okay.
yesterday it was different.
Yeah, yesterday was different. Okay, so we have another question. Who is your favorite character in Digimon Survive? Digimon Survive の中で一番好きなキャラクターは誰でしょうか？
それは人間キャラクターですか？
どっちでも大丈夫ですよ。
じゃあ葵ですかね。
He likes Aoi the most. Make sure to see all the choices of Aoi.
Yeah, she was cute.
Yeah, she's good. Can do one
まあ
more, I guess.
決して可愛いだけのキャラクターではないと。
Oh, she's not just a cute girl,
Okay.
and she has something.
Uh-oh, what does that mean?
Yeah. Oh,
That guy's
do you
dancing in
have
the
plans to
background.
integrate virtual bracelet into future games? 今後のゲームにデジタルブレイスレットをと連携する、もしくはゲームの中に登場させる予定ありますでしょうか？
もう一回いいですか？
玩具の方のバイタル、ブレスレットだと思いますけど、
液晶玩具と直接連携するっていうことはちょっといろいろ難しいかなと。もともと液晶玩具についてる機能自体でちょっとそういったゲームとの境界線を越えるのもいろいろシステム的に難しい部分もあるんですけども、何かしら今後そういった取り組みっていうところはぜひやっていきたいなとは思っている部分もありますので、ちょっと、そういう要望が強いところもあればぜひ検討していきたいなというふうに思ってます。
Currently, due to technical difficulties, we're not able to make the linkage between the bracelet with the digital video games. But in the future, if there are a lot of requests about that, we definitely want to look into that as one of the options.
一つやっぱり僕が考えているのは、どっちかを持ってないと 100% 楽しめないよっていう遊びには絶対したくないなっていうふうには思っているので、そういった形のビジョンがうまく作れればいいかなというふうには思っています。
One thing Habu-san wants to prevent is that you have to own both the video game and the bracelet to fully enjoy the game. That's not something he wants. So even if he'll be able to make the linkage between these two, he wants the fans to be able to enjoy the game with either of them.
優しいね。
That's very nice.
Yeah, Habu-san is so nice. Okay, I guess that's it. Hey.
So we're skipping ahead to wrapping up, aren't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, we're just about to ready wrap up. So, what did you think of the stream today, Habu-san? 本日はいかがでしたでしょうか？
そうですね、時間がなくて非常に面白い質問をいただいていて、結構マニアックな部分の質問をもっと答えた方が面白いかなと思ってたんですけど、ちょっとなかなか時間がなくてそこを全部カットされてしまったのが残念なんで、またどこかでねこれの情報はお答えできると嬉しいなと思っています。また今回 AX に参加させていただいていて、非常にアメリカのファンの方の熱量というところを直接、感じることができたので非常に嬉しく思います。
The dude in the back, oh my goodness. There are so many people like trolling in the back.
こう思ってるんだよという話をいろいろお伺いできたことは非常に、僕の財産になったかなというふうに思ってます。やっぱり僕らの仕事っていうのはファンの方たちがどう考えていてっていうところをちゃんと理解した上でそれを、作品の中に落とし込んでいくことが必要なのかなと思っているので、こういった機会をいただけたことは、非常に嬉しく思ってます。
I really had a good time here today. I know we have received a lot of hard questions and also interesting questions. I wanted to answer to all of them. I actually had the answers to them, but unfortunately we have very limited time today. But here, here we're at AX. I'll probably be able to see you. And since I haven't attended any events for a long time, coming to AX really gives me a lot of energy. It gives me a lot of motivation. We producers, the biggest thing that we want to do is to reflect all the requests of the fans and make them into reality for you to have a good game to play. So here I have received a lot of good feedback, a lot of good comments, and I wish to make better Digimon games for you in the future.
Habu Kazumasa is so goated, man.
Some more content out to the fans directly from Habu-san.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining us. Habu-san, ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。
So that wraps up our stream. For more Digimon game updates, please give us a follow at Digimon_games on Twitter. Thanks again for everyone for tuning into the stream, and we'll see you next time or around here at Anime Expo. So, bye-bye.
Wow. Okay, there. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was a really good stream. A lot of interesting questions were asked. A lot of the direction behind Digimon Survive, where Habu wanted to take the games, kind of like the origin point of Digimon. What is Digimon? He really wanted to take that core idea and shape it into something that's just more than simple AI and just data on the internet. He really wanted to make it so that Digimon are living beings that always existed alongside us. And I think that's a very interesting take to the Digimon series. And I'm very curious to see how Digimon Survive is going to flesh that concept out and really give us that idea that Digimon was always around us, but we just didn't notice it the whole time. So let's go back into the stream VOD. Hopefully it's still there. And let's just go back and review everything that's been talked about.